Now, here are 5 affordable perfumes that smell very expensive. And of course, the reason being is because a lot of these are inspired by more expensive designer or niche fragrances. In the case of a lot of the ones that are on this list, they're actually inspired by more expensive niche perfumes, which sometimes cost hundreds of dollars unless you can find them at discount online somewhere, but that's typically not the case for all of them. So these are really affordable alternatives. And I've worn all of them. I've owned them for some time, and I give them my proverbial stamp of approval. So anyway, I'm excited to share this list with you in just a moment. But before I dive into the review, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of perfume-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and also do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. And I also want to mention that if you want to get these for a really good price, a lot of these I purchased on TikTok, if I'm being honest, but I know you can pick a lot of these up from giftexpress.com. Also, it makes it easier if you utilize the code RED10 or Steven10. I know it's one of those two. I'm not making any commission off of you using that code, but I did meet up with the folks from Gift Express when I took a trip there in Edison, New Jersey. They're all super humble, very down to earth, and they treated me very, very well in terms of showing me around, and they were incredible hosts. So I always love supporting good people and good brands. So please, if you utilize that code RED10 or Steven10, I know you can get 10% off your entire order. So anyway, with that being said, let's dive into the list. And these are 5 really expensive smelling fragrances. You're not going to break the bank on any of these. The first one that I want to talk about, and this is kind of a Latafa fragrance that has fallen under the radar for a lot of people, but this is Ansaam Gold. Now, this is actually their take on Kilian Paris's Love Don't Be Shy. Marshmallow, orange blossom, vanilla. It's sweet, it's floral. It's a bit gourmand, but it also has that floral heart, so it kind of binds everything together. And this one brings it so close to Love Don't Be Shy. Of course, this can also be used as a suitable alternative for Oriana by Parfums de Marly. So I think it's really just a matter of what you're going for, right? So this is kind of olfactorily in the same wheelhouse. I'm personally a fan of Ansaam Gold. Please check this one out. I personally really, really love this one. It's a bit more feminine leaning. Of course, if you are familiar with the original, you kind of know the situations and occasions in which to wear this one, but I am a fan of this one. The next one that I want to talk about is also from the brand Latafa. This is actually one of their newer fragrances. I know they have a lot of other new fragrances like Assad Elixir, Yara Elixir, and they have an entirely new collection of perfumes coming out. I had a chance to try it when I was in Cannes, and they're just exquisite. But anyway, can't talk about those yet. We have Shareef. Now, this is the brand's take on Parfums de Marly Greenly. Vanilla, tart green apple up on top. This one is actually originally marketed for the gentleman, perfectly unisex in my opinion. And I think a lot of the notes that are contained in this fragrance and the original are fairly androgynous. Love the apple, love the vanilla, very bright, sparkling, effervescent, with a hint of sweetness underneath it all, kind of creates that bridge from the top to the base. Shareef by Latafa is amazing. I am a big fan of this one. Now, moving on to a different brand here, we have the brand Alabsar. Alabsar is quickly establishing itself as a brand that creates really high quality inspirations, and then they've also done hybrids, and I think they've done some original fragrances as well. Now, this is one that I have spoken about on my channel so many times in the past, and for good reason. I think it's an amazing fragrance. This one is actually their take on Burberry Goddess. So you have the vanilla caviar, you have the lavender, it's aromatic, it's sensual, it's feminine. The original Goddess, and by the way, I have the original, I have the Parfum version, they both smell divine. This one is going to get you the same amount of compliments, and this one is called Irfa. I love this one, longevity is incredible, and I think you're going to find this in the vein of like $30 or something like that. You really can't go wrong with this one. You're not going to be breaking the bank. Again, you're going to get this if you're looking for something sensual and playful. You're going to get this if you're looking for something very bright, sparkling, and active, perhaps even energizing. This one also conveys sensuality, but because of the lavender, there's a hint of professionalism in it as well. Now, another huge compliment getter is Devotion for Women by Dolce & Gabbana. Again, a sweet orange blossom type of a fragrance. I love the original. Also have the Eau de Parfum Intense. I actually prefer the Eau de Parfum Intense, but I'm going to go ahead and say Shahor Elixir is an amazing fragrance to get in place of Dolce & Gabbana Devotion pour Femme. This one also kind of has like that orange blossom, vanilla, lemony thing happening in here, but the longevity on this is incredible. I'm telling you, if you're looking for something that is like 10 plus hours, 12 plus hours, I'm not even sure what the concentration of oil is in this. It says 80% volume, so it's probably in the vein of like 20%, maybe 18%, I'm not sure, but this stuff lasts eons on skin. Shahor Elixir by Alabsar. Again, this lemony, creamy vibe, I personally really love it. And let me go ahead and talk about the fragrance in the #1 spot. And I know I've spoken about this fragrance in the past as well. This stuff is absolutely gorgeous. You can get it for an incredible price if you use the code RED10 or Steven10. It's one or the other. And this one is an amazing fruity floral, but it also has a creamy gourmand underpinning with some boozy elements as well. So this one is actually inspired by PP Pink by Valentino Donna, born in Roma, PP Pink, I should say. It is going for a lot of money online because of its discontinuation. So you don't want to buy the original. I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't recommend it. This one, on the other hand, is also incredibly long lasting. It's feminine, it's sweet, it's floral, it's elegant, it's sexy, it's seductive, it's incredibly versatile. And that's one of the reasons why I put it in the #1 spot. This could have been in the #1 spot as well because of its versatility. But there is something so unapologetically feminine about this next one that I love. Can't get enough of it. This one by Alabsar is called Rana. I love, 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 love this one. And again, I think if you have this one, there is absolutely zero need to even pursue a bottle of the original. You're going to get so many compliments with this fragrance. That's been my experience. All of the women that I have spoken about this fragrance on camera with and that I know own it, they always say this one gets them tons of compliments. And then they also have their take on Maui in a Bottle by Kayali, which is housed in a blue or a turquoise colored bottle. That one is also beautiful as well. Has a very interesting banana note to it. But anyway, Rana is an amazing feminine fragrance. And I also really appreciate the fact that with Alabsar and some of their more recent fragrances, they're actually targeting some of the lesser known niche and designer fragrances to create inspirations of versus just going after what everybody else is doing. Baccarat Rouge, Delina, Santal 33, Creed Aventus. I think we've all kind of gotten tired of that. But anyway, gorgeous fragrance. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. So these are 5 affordable perfumes that in my opinion smell very expensive. Let me know, which of these have you tried? Do you own any of these? Feel free to drop a comment down below. Always love to hear from you and I appreciate the interaction very, very much. Thank you again so much for the viewership. It really means a lot to me. And again, if you took anything of value from today's episode, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and of course, giving this video a thumbs up. It would really, really mean a lot to me. So thanks again for watching. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow with a new episode.